Imagine walking through a bustling fairground, the air thick with laughter and curiosity. You approach a cage, but instead of an animal, there's a person inside, a mother cradling her child, staring back at you, confused, terrified, and stripped of her humanity. This isn't fiction, this was reality. Welcome to the chilling world of human zoos. The phenomenon of human zoos is a sinister chapter in human history, born out of the toxic combination of colonialism, racism, and a twisted sense of entertainment. These grotesque exhibitions began in the 19th century and persisted well into the 20th century, attracting millions of visitors across Europe and the Americas. They were presented as exotic spectacles to satisfy the curiosity of the Western world. But behind the scenes, they were a horrifying display of exploitation, humiliation, and suffering. Picture this: entire families forcibly taken from their homelands, transported thousands of miles away, and placed in makeshift villages designed to mimic their native environments. But these were no homes. They were stages for public gawking. They were stripped of dignity and autonomy. Crowds jeered at them, children pointed, and scientists used them as subjects to promote racist ideologies. In the 1904 World's Fair, members of the Igorot tribe from the Philippines were displayed like animals. They were forced to perform rituals and eat dog meat in front of cheering audiences. To the fairgoers, it was entertainment. To the Igorots, it was humiliation beyond words. Perhaps the most heart-wrenching story is that of Ota Benga, a young Congolese man exhibited at the Bronx Zoo in 1906. Placed in a cage with an orangutan, Ota became a spectacle of so-called science, a living symbol of the so-called missing link between humans and apes. His treatment sparked outrage among some, but not enough. Ota Benga was eventually released but could never escape the trauma. He took his own life in 1916, a tragic reminder of the horrors he endured. Human zoos were not isolated incidents. They were massive, organized spectacles that drew millions. The Paris Colonial Exhibition of 1931 showcased over 100 individuals from French colonies, claiming to educate the public about primitive cultures. Instead, it reinforced the toxic narrative of racial superiority. While human zoos have long been dismantled, their legacy lingers. These atrocities dehumanized entire cultures and perpetuated stereotypes that echo even today. They serve as a grim reminder of how far humanity can fall when we fail to recognize the humanity in others. The stories of those who suffered in human zoos must never be forgotten. They teach us an essential lesson: the dangers of ignorance, prejudice, and dehumanization. As we look back, let us ensure that history's darkest moments are never repeated, because when we forget the humanity of others, we risk losing our own.